Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something pretty amazing, a new way to create software. We're talking about building real, actual apps, even if you have absolutely no idea how to code.
You know that feeling, right? You're going about your day and suddenly, bam, this incredible idea for an app hits you. It could be a tool, a game, something that solves a problem you have. The whole thing is just perfectly clear in your mind. But then, reality sets in. For pretty much anyone who isn't a professional software engineer, that amazing idea just smashes right into a giant wall of complex code. It feels impossible. And so, that great idea, it just fizzles out.
Well, what if you could just describe what you wanted to build? That's the whole idea behind this new approach called vibe coding. Basically, you use plain, everyday English to team up with an AI, and together, you turn your words into a real product. This is a total game changer because it means the people who have the vision, the founders, the designers, they can finally build things themselves. Now, vibe coding is way more than just a new, faster tool. It really demands a huge shift in how you think about building things. You're not the coder anymore. You're the director. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. The old way, the coder is kind of like a bricklayer, totally focused on the how. The syntax, the semicolons, all the tiny details of the code. But with this new way, you become the architect. Your job is to focus on the what and the why. What are we building and why does it matter? Your main skill isn't writing code anymore. It's guiding the AI. And that's really the heart of it. Your whole job becomes about translating your big vision into clear instructions. You don't have to get bogged down in all the technical weeds. You get to stay focused on the big picture, and you leave the nitty-gritty of how it gets built to your AI partner. Okay, so if you're the director now, what does your new toolkit even look like? What are the actual things you'll be using to make all this happen?
Well, the world of tools is already huge, and honestly, it's changing like every single day. You've got everything from super simple visual builders for beginners, all the way to professional code editors that are just packed with AI assistants. The main thing to remember is there's no single best tool. The right one is just whatever works best for you and your project.
But here's the secret, and it's probably the most important part of this whole thing. Your number one tool isn't going to be a piece of software. Not at all. It's your ability to communicate your ideas clearly. That's your new superpower. This is what some people are calling the art of the prompt. The quality of the app you get is directly linked to how good your instructions are. And it's not some kind of dark art. It just boils down to a pretty simple process. First, you state your goal really clearly. Then you give the AI any important context it needs. And finally, and this is key, you work with the AI, giving feedback to refine and polish the result. It's a collaboration. All right, enough theory. Let's make this real. We're going to walk through how you'd actually build a simple but totally real web app from scratch. So, it all kicks off right here with just one prompt. And look how simple and clear it is. It's not code, it's just a normal sentence in plain English explaining exactly what you want. And from just that one sentence, the AI gets to work and actually builds the first version of a real working app. I mean, think about that for a second. A moment ago, this was just an idea. Now it's a real thing you can actually click on and use. But of course, you don't stop there. Building something is a conversation. So you keep refining it, adding new features with more simple instructions. You see what the AI built, and then you direct the next change, just like an architect telling the crew, okay, let's put a window over there. And just like that, after a few back and forth prompts, you've gone from a simple idea to a real product with actual features. It's something you can send to your friends for feedback, and you did it all without ever having to touch the code yourself. So this is obviously amazing for building little projects and prototypes really fast. But what does it all mean for, more serious work? Where does this actually take your career? This is where things get really, really powerful. The skills you learn by doing this allow you to go way beyond just fun little prototypes. You can learn how to turn those ideas into secure, scalable, and maybe even profitable products. This could literally reshape your entire career path, taking you from someone who just has ideas to someone who actually builds them.
So when you really get down to it, the ultimate point here isn't just about speed, even though it's incredibly fast. It's about access. It's about empowerment. This whole approach is lowering the barrier to entry so that anyone with a good vision can become a builder.
And that brings us to our final thought, which is really a question for you. Now that this barrier between a great idea and a real product is starting to just crumble away, what will you bring to life? What are you going to build first?